Alright guys, welcome back. Finally feels good to be able to play some NBA DFS again. Did like the break, I was able to concentrate on the PGA DFS side a little bit more, but it's nice, you know, NBA DFS keeps the weeks going along, so I'm really excited to get into it. Let's get into the player pool this week. So let's start off, we'll do it game by game. We're going to start off with the Cleveland-Phoenix game. Now this is a game that we really can attack. I do think Devin Booker's in a great spot. The Cleveland guards really struggle on the defensive side of the ball, so I think we can go with Devin Booker. He should get around 40 DK points. Colin Sexton's a play that I do like as well, just because he's been getting the minutes. He's been getting around 35 minutes per game, so we should see at least around 27 DK points in this matchup. That's pretty good. Also do like Brandon Knight, kind of a revenge game narrative. He played for the Suns last year for about 3 years. Yeah, once those minutes start to increase, if they do, he's been a point per minute player since he's joined the Cavs. You know, if those minutes go up, he's going to produce. Another points per minute player has been Cedi Osman. Cedi Osman has actually been rolling recently, so in his last game, I think they kind of limited just because he had that injury. But now, after the All-Star break, we shouldn't have to worry about his injury at all. So I think his minutes are going to be around 30, and so he should be able to produce for us. Larry Nance I do like a little bit, but I'd rather just go with Marquise Chris, another point per minute player. Marquise Chris is actually, you know, a really good basketball player. I'm glad people are finally starting to realize this. It's one of the things about NBA DFS. We actually realize that someone like Marquise Chris is a good basketball player earlier on than most people do. So that's just kind of one thing. Let's get into the next game, Miami versus Philadelphia. Now, obviously, with Joel Embiid out, Boban's most likely going to be chalk. I really don't think you can fade him. If he's starting, he's going to produce. He's going to see around 20 minutes. He's going to see at least 30 DK points, most likely. But I also do think Ben Simmons and those guys, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, and Tobias Harris can, you know, huge boost. A play on the Miami side of the ball that's definitely way too cheap is Dwayne Wade. Look at his season average; it's around 27 DK points per game, and even you know, the lowest output was 2 games ago when he put up 17 DK points. The rest have all been over 20 DK points, so it's really hard for him not to hit value. Like I said, I do like all the Philadelphia guys now that Joel Embiid's out. The usage should spread around a lot. I do think Tobias Harris is going to step up. Jimmy Butler's going to step up. They should all see about a 5 DK points boost than their typical average. So I like them all. You definitely game stack that game. The only problem is Miami likes to play a little bit slower. Going to the Portland-Brooklyn game, I do like Damian Lillard a lot if he's going to play. He was just tearing it up right before the All-Star break, and he kind of continued that in the All-Star game as well. So I think he's just kind of riding the hot hand with him. I do project him, you know, get around 48 DK points. If he's playing, if he's not playing, then you just got to go with Seth Curry. That's going to be huge value. CJ McCollum sees a huge increase in his usage and DK production. Really don't think you can fade CJ McCollum if Damian Lillard is out. Jake Layman's a play that's, you know, he's also a little bit too cheap. Recently, he's been really producing. I do like him as an option again to get around 24 DK points. We're not expecting him to explode. Yusuf Nurk would be just more of a GPP play. We do know the Nets struggle against bigs, so it wouldn't be a horrible option. I also do like D'Angelo Russell in that game as well. He should see around 40 DK points, but he's, you know, he can be hit or miss. Malcolm Brogdon's going to be an interesting option. He has kind of struggled against the Celtics, but he's just way too cheap. Chris Middleton's a guy that I play that I like. In 2 games against the Celtics, he's averaging 35 DK points per game. And if Bledsoe and Brogdon struggle again, obviously Middleton's going to be the one producing. Giannis is a play that I like as well. In 2 games against the Celtics, he's averaging 53 DK points per game. So really solid. He is priced down too, so I really like that. I'm going to be trying to get a lot of Giannis exposure. Al Horford's a play that I like as well. Al Horford went for 36 DK points in the only game that he played against the Bucks, so I like him again. He's too cheap. He should at least hit that value, and we know he has that upside to go for 40. The other Boston Celtics players, I don't mind them, but they're not going to be like core plays that I don't really want to touch on. James Harden's going to be a strong option for us against tonight. Obviously, he's just been dominating. In this matchup, he's went for 75, 78, and 55 DK points. So even if he gets that 55 DK points, he's really not killing you. CP3, I'm going to continue to roll with him. He's been dominating recently, and he's still a little bit too cheap. I do think he should be an 8K player. In 2 games against the Lakers, he's averaging 43 DK points per game. So obviously, he's going to be a strong option. He's going to be a core option for me. Kyle Kuzma is a player that you can roll with as well. In 2 games, he was averaging 45 DK points in the last 2 games. The previous one before that, he only had 23 DK points, but that's because he only saw 23 minutes. So obviously, he's producing on a point per minute basis against them. So I like that play. Kenneth Faried, I'm still rocking and rolling with Kenneth Faried. He's just been dominating, and he's been very consistent. I just don't see why you fade him, especially at that price point. It's just a little bit hard for me to fade him at that price point. All right, so this last game is a game that I really do like. These have been high total games, and so it's just hard for me to avoid him. Steph Curry is averaging 55 DK points per game in this matchup, in 2 games in this matchup. Now, it was without DeMarcus Cousins, but still, it's just an easy matchup for Curry going against those guards. They're not the best defenders. Buddy Hield has actually been really good in this matchup. In 3 games against the Warriors this year, he was averaging 40 DK points per game. And you look at his recent game log, he has just been really consistent. Hasn't had a game below 30 DK points in the last 10 games, so hopefully he continues that form after the All-Star break. Bojan Bogdanovic, now, he's too cheap. He's just way too cheap. He should be probably closer to 6K. In his first game against them, he went off. I really don't get the price points. Another guy that went off against the Warriors in his first game against them is Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley went for 43 DK points in his one and only game against the Warriors, so I really don't mind him. And then obviously we got DeMarcus Cousins. We got that revenge game narrative, so I do like him as a play as well. He should see, he should at least get 30 DK points, so he's not going to be a horrible option. So that's the core I'm looking at right now. I will be posting the lineup on the Patreon page right before lock, and I might be doing a live video right before lock as well, so make sure to just, check the YouTube page right around lock time. I might be going live, but thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and now let's keep cashing.